So I remember when we got the keys to our first office, and the feelings of securing that office prior, because obviously we was growing. I needed to get a premises for myself and a couple of employees that were running the back end of the business. I was scared. I was worried about the risk. Would it work? I was worried, what about if it didn't work? And obviously we went ahead and we done it anyway. And the feeling of getting that premises, yes, it was scary, but I think whatever you do in business, you're always going to have an element of being scared due to risk. Now, there's a difference between risk and taking a calculated risk. Now, what I mean by that is my businesses are structured in such a way that they have processes and systems in place, as well as people that we delegate roles to ensure everything within our company is micromanaged. And again, we're doing 6 and 7 figures. It takes a good amount of teamwork and people skills to look after companies that are doing that kind of turnover. And I'm going to share that with you. But we've just taken on a new unit due to growth. We've outgrown the original office that obviously I'm just talking about. And we've taken on a huge industrial office with nicer kitchens, facilities, offices. I'm going to show you behind the scenes of when we take it over, and obviously we're going to make it our own, furnish it and get it operational to the businesses that are going to operate out of there, which is my trade businesses, namely a roofing business and a window and door company. And again, they're both doing 6 and 7 figures in turnover, multiple 7 figures, in fact, one of us. And yeah, this time around, I just don't have the same kind of fear, anxiety, because again, I know how my team works. I know that we've got targets in place that we need to hit and exceed. We don't limit ourselves. And I think sometimes you can limit yourself with risk by thinking, oh, is it going to work out? What about if it doesn't? Well, what about if it does? If you've got systems and processes in place and targets to hit that yourself and your team can micromanage and push, and you've got lead sources, etc., whatever your business is, whether you're an hairdresser or a trade business or you're selling products, services, whatever that is, they all come under the same remit. They can be ran the same way. The difference is that you're delivering a different product or service, but the actual processes are fairly much the same. And yeah, so we're going to be taking on this new unit. It's going to be another level up, if you like, a step towards further growing the businesses. And the actual office space is huge. We were thinking, right, well, we're still going to have a few spare rooms here. We've got a boardroom that's, and we're already thinking on our feet, like, right, well, we could have a telesales, operatives working in this area to ring existing data, to inform people about offers that we've got on, or maybe to see if they need any more work doing to their homes or whatever it may be. Again, because business is a numbers game. It's about generating the leads and converting them into sales. Now, the more leads you get in, the more you try and convert into sales. So again, like I say, we can have a conversation about that in another video because, it's quite extensive. But what I'm trying to say here is, do not limit yourself. If you put a threshold or a limitation on yourself due to risk, sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet and go for it. Again, not taking silly risks, but calculated risks. And yeah, you've just got to take the bull by the horns and go for it, because if you put a limitation on your head, you're going to be always thinking small, whether in business, in life, whatever it may be. You need to get into a bigger mentality, because you are capable of anything that you put your mind to. And as cliche as that sounds, you've probably been told that by your mum, your dad, or I hope you have anyway, because you need you need a supporter, even if it's yourself that's your biggest supporter. For me, mine's my wife and kids, or I'd like to think so. It's what I do everything for anyway. As long as you've got a goal, a target, and a purpose, you can do whatever you want and achieve whatever you want. Don't let anyone tell you different, because you can achieve anything if you put your mind to it. And again, everyone says this, put your mind to it. It's fucking true. Go out there, start whatever it is you want to start, be the best at it, and you go smash it. Follow Hustle and Hardware for more.